The 60p will be gone soon. Not a typical video this week, but more of a community update type video, because there are a lot of things that I want to tell you about. First of all, I want to take a quick moment to thank every single one of you who has supported me this far. When I started this channel a few months ago, I was confident that I could make it work, but I didn't thought that everything would grow this fast. Over the course of the past 5 months, we have grown to almost 600 subscribers and generated more than 90,000 clicks. I am really happy and proud of that, and I just wanted to give this back to you. Some of you asked me about the rare plants I unboxed about 2 months ago, especially the Hygrophila chai. I introduced this plant in multiple ways to my tanks. I planted them into the soil, in cups full of sand, attached to a rock, and even in a suction cup just below the surface, in both of my Dutch style tanks. And I also added them to a little plastic container for immersed growth, which is working really well. I will do a more detailed video on all of this, but to really be able to say what worked, I need more time. All of the plants are now in my 100p tank, and I'm hoping for the best. The advice I can give you for now is try out a lot of ways to add it to your tank to maximize your chance of success, and have a lot of patience. Most of the chais started forming the first roots after 4 weeks and more, so don't give up on them. All of the other plants are also doing really well, apart from the pink crypt, which is looking really sad right now and started to grow green leaves, which is not really what I wanted. Apart from that, I am very pleased. Especially because I was a little worried that some of the plants might not handle me being away for almost 3 weeks very well. I was in Japan for 2.5 weeks, and this is how my tanks looked when I came back. Some people in the comment section were worried about the stability of my tanks because I do maintenance so frequently. Just because I like to do it doesn't mean that my tanks collapse when I skip a few weeks. I believe that frequent maintenance increases the tank stability. In Japan, I was able to gather inspiration for future projects, mostly considering aquascaping. I did aquascapes before starting my first Dutch style tank, which was the start of this channel, and I don't have many pictures or videos, but this is one setup that I really liked. The reason I took a break from aquascaping was that I wanted to focus on aquarium plants, because I had some problems with them in some of the tanks I did. But I think I might do something in the aquascaping direction again very soon, since my Dutch style tanks went really well, even the more difficult types of plants. As I said at the start, there are a lot of things coming up, starting with my 60p aquarium. I will do something very interesting in here, and we will actually leave the freshwater aquarium hobby for this one and dip our toes into the salty part. It will be a macroalgae tank, and I'm really excited because I will be able to show you many interesting things like animals and equipment, and also explore this niche of the saltwater aquarium hobby more, because there is not a lot of information out there yet. And I will also get some corals, so I'll cover a lot of topics with this project. But maybe you already saw that the 60p looks a little different than before. There is this weird piece of wood in there which looks out of place. This actually serves as a shelter for my favorite animal, which temporarily lives in here. Meet Mr. Heckles, my pleco. He hates light, change, movement, noise, and most of all, me. Anyone who has watched Friends now knows where his name comes from. He was one of my first fish ever, and I have had him for over 5 years now. Maybe I will do a dedicated video about him later this year, since there are some interesting stories and experiences I made keeping him. I will probably do a dedicated setup for him, incorporating a lot of wood and hideout possibilities, while also picking up on some of the inspiration I got in Japan. Trust me, there are some great things coming up in that direction as well. And on a side note, I also have a mini M ready to be set up. I actually made this hardscape more than a year ago, but due to multiple changes with my tanks and plants, I never got to complete the project. I really like the hardscape and would love to keep it for the layout. But what do you think? Write a comment on what you wish for with the next projects, and I will pick up on the best ideas in the respective videos. I'm really excited for the upcoming months and projects, and I'm 100% sure that you will love it as well. I'll see you in the next one.